I recently bought a Steinberger Spirit GT Pro Deluxe from Musician's Friend. It's a good guitar. The reason why I bought it was for traveling purposes, and I didn't want to buy a quote-unquote travel guitar. They just didn't have the features of the Steinberger. Despite the few bad reviews, my experience was good with it. Besides that, I could not find a hard shell case. The soft shell case that comes with it is so poor it wouldn't protect it from, I don't know, you breathing heavily on the case. I mean, it's so thin. So I needed a hard shell guitar case so I can, put it in a vehicle for traveling. And I started Googling for a hard case. Mostly soft shell cases will come back in the results. As you can see, a lot of these links have been visited for me searching around. The few that I found were not in stock. Other options like this Gator, for example, were too big. The whole point of me getting the Steinberger was to have a guitar that's only 30 inches long. Therefore, I wanted a case as close to 30 inches as possible. And the date is Saturday, March 21st, 2015. So this is just me looking about a week or two ago and not being able to find anything anywhere. This headlessusa.com case, it's not in stock. I already know it. And that thing's ideal right there. That's what I was looking for. So after that endeavor of looking for the perfect case, I decided to start looking for a hard shell gun case. And even then, I searched for about 3 nights straight, about an hour solid each night, and I could not find a case that had an interior of 30 inches until I finally came across opticsplanet.com, and I found the Vanguard Outback 52C hard shotgun case. The outside diameter is 31 inches. My Steinberger is 30 inches about, and the inside length is 30 3/4, which is perfect. It fits in there like a gem. It's a little wide, which is fine because I want to put some accessories in there for traveling, like a tuner and a cable. And the height is almost 5 inches, but with the foam, it's a real tight fit. This case is made in China. I could not find anything even close that was manufactured in the US, so maybe after you have seen what I've done to try and find the perfect hard shell case for my Steinberger, maybe you have a recommendation of a case that's as good as this, or that is close to as good this and manufactured in the US if you're living in the US and want a US product. I did, but could not find it. I paid a little less than $129. If you look around on this site, you should be able to find a coupon. I found a 5% off coupon, or it says right here, call them and try and get a deal. So the price came down slightly, and it was free shipping from opticsplanet.com. So if this is something you're looking for, here's the recipe that I used. Hopefully it's still available when you see this video, or check the comments below. Maybe some other users have found better cases to purchase and manipulate as I have. Here's the box it came in. As you can see, made in China. The packaging was decent, and with very little space to spare, it fits perfectly with my Steinberger. I think the material on the outside, which is soft to the touch, but it is a hard shell case. And for me personally, I love all the black hardware. There's a lock, there's a handle. It came like this with this little thing, and there was nothing in it. And as we open it up, there's 2 keys, a little promo flyer about the series of the product, warranty information. There's already some straps in here for, for your shotgun, to tie your shotgun down. And the Steinberger actually ties down with these straps. Even though the neck's real small, the Velcro stretches far. And this was, I didn't realize this before I bought it. This was just a perk. So there's the guitar being held in the case by the straps, plus the foam is holding onto the guitar, so it's not really slipping. I've got about 1/4 to 1/2 inch clearance on the top and the bottom. Now by default, this is a 5-inch case, but all that 5 inches is taken up with this foam. So as you can see, this case is not closing on its own anyway. I can squish the case and lock it and secure it. but I do know that's putting some pressure, certainly on the tremolo, but you know, most specifically on, you know, where the body and the neck meet. So I think what I'm going to do to this case is just, you know, trace the guitar a little bit generically. I'm probably going to just cut into the foam a little bit around the body portion here, so the guitar sits a little bit more into the case, and then the case should close good. At least that's what I'm going to try. And in the future, probably not now for this video, I might cut a little divot here and there for some accessories like my guitar tuner and anything else I might want to take on the road with me. So I'm going to attempt to trim out this area for the body of the Steinberg to lay down. And I want the body to go on this left side of the case, so the case is front heavy. Just my personal preference. To me, when I'm carrying a case, you know, my wrist tends to easily bend much more forward than it does backwards. Backwards is uncomfortable, so I prefer the weight to be in the front. And just with what few tools I have here at home, I'm gonna put this together. I'm sure you guys at home that have extra tools than myself could do it in a much better manner. But here, I'm just gonna make some markers with some gaff tape, so I have some guidelines on where to trim. This probably isn't going to be really pretty, but that's okay. The outside of the case should be pretty. Okay. I can see under the tail piece that I have some room that I can leave in there. I want to leave as much foam in here as possible. So now that I'm looking at what I'm doing, I'm just going to make some adjustments to make this a tighter fit. So there's the generic shape of the hole I need, and a nice brand new razor blade will work great for this. I actually have an extremely sharp knife. This is a Japanese knife. It's by Seiki City, which I believe that's how you say it, and this is the Spyderco. And this knife's so unbelievably sharp that it should double as a razor blade with no problem. And it certainly does. I'm just kind of trimming the boundary of this, and then I'm not sure, I guess I'm just going to kind of rip the foam out after I trim it. It's not going to look real pretty, but you know, construction savvy guys at home can recommend a better way if you'd like. And I'm not cutting all the way down because I definitely still want some protection underneath this guitar. And as I'm cutting, I'm kind of peeling back the foam so I can see my previous cuts, so I can continue to cut directly in the same spot. Be careful when I'm cutting near my fingers. This thing will slice me open easily. And of course, I'm just experimenting literally live on camera, so hopefully this will come out. And so at this point, I've cut a perimeter. And now I kind of want to just shave it. Which at first seems to be working out. And if just taking off the nubs here, which is probably giving me about 3/4 of an inch to an inch, if that's too little, then I'll just go back in. Now that I've kind of got the tip out, I can really get underneath it and start cutting. I'm trying not to tear it out, trying to slice it out, so there's not a bunch of loose little foam debris. And if you're doing this, I gotta remind you again to be careful, because I just felt the blade touch my finger. Luckily, Luckily, I wasn't going too carelessly. There's a very small cut right there, so be careful. I guess kind of slicing down at an angle into the frame of it is working better for me to get the shape out. Which would have been nice to be doing the whole time, but yeah. The edge of the strap's right on the side of the guitar, so I feel good about clearance on that. Should be no problem. Gotta try not to nick that strap. I have a feeling I'm gonna keep that strap, so. Removing that strap might not be easy because the strap is bolted to the back of the guitar case, as you might have seen earlier in the video, so. There's the shape of the guitar right there. I'm just going to cut a little deeper in on some of these parts, especially the middle. I'm cutting off more than just the points now. I'm down another, 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch, which without even testing, I feel pretty good about, because I know the guitar sticks out a lot. That right there is my first attempt. I mean, it's sunk in there. It's great. I might do a little more trimming because I kind of got a rocket in there, but I mean, it went right in. Right now the volume knobs are what, they're sticking out the most, so, oh my gosh. So the space before was like this, sticking out about that much. Space before was more like this, now it sets right there, so I feel pretty good about only having to put that much pressure on it to close it. Despite that, I am still going to trim it out a little more, so. This side fits in great, so I'll just chew away at this side a little more, and I can actually take out this divot that I was earlier doing for the curve. I'm just going to take that out because the curve is later on. So I'll come out more, take out that curve, and just go a little deeper. I'm literally cutting in between the strap here, so the strap can actually fold over a little more, maybe get under the guitar. Here we go for the test. Yeah, I wouldn't even have to use these straps on the case. This guitar is not going anywhere. The case even goes more closed. It's almost touching, so I feel great about this. Absolutely no effort to close it. So there's my custom guitar case for less than $125 after taxes and with free shipping. Hope you dug the video, but better yet, Maybe you could comment below about what you would have done differently, or what case you might have gotten with the similar goals I had, which was the smallest hard shell case possible for traveling. Thanks. Rock on.